What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
Right, let's talk about the hot issue. And this is the Land and Deeds Registry Amendment Bill number 13 of 2025, where government, through the Attorney General, seeks to amend the Land and Deeds Registry Act to give power to the Chief Registrar, obviously at the Ministry of Lands, to cancel certificates of title. Now, this is a hot issue. If you are not interested in issue, when you type ya mene imafuna tabe kutamba to my video to trending, wakaona banamumangirira mungampanya ndiye title. If you are not aware of this issue nishi webia na interest yonkala kona ka plot, even just ka 20 by 30 or ka 40 by 40, you have no interest at all. Even ndiwe uja wamene alichabe na hope kuti there are many mansions in your father's house in heaven, which unfortunately you will not go. Because iwe yako yakaribe chabe kublowa, but nayo wali na ma video yali ku heaven. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So Parliament has been receiving submissions from obviously members of the public, and today one of our learned lawyers, legal counsel Dickson Jerry, gave his submissions. Obviously, our members of Parliament were getting his submissions as well as asking questions, but I think this seemed to be more of a lecture than a submission from the legal counsel Dickson Jerry. Listen to what he had to say.
More seriously, registrar is a small job in terms of structure of government. The registrar is not appointed by the president. The registrar is not sworn in. Yeah? The registrar is not sworn in.
Exactly.
So if you read why in 2016 we brought the Lands Commission, there was even an additional aspect that the Lands Commissioner must be appointed by the president, ratified by Parliament, and sworn in, so that there is a security of tenure. The registrar has no security of tenure. I've worked in government at a higher level. I don't think that if I want to influence the registrar at the position I held, would say no. I mean, we're living in an ideal world. I don't think a registrar is capable of saying no to a person like me as special assistant to the president, let alone a permanent secretary. These are things when we're making laws we must think through. That this person can be influenced and cancel title.
Now, members of Parliament were also allowed to ask questions based on scenarios. And these are serious scenarios here that happen in our communities. And just when we thought, this was a very tough question for him to answer, he gave a very good response here. So I don't know, unless if you're just looking at it from the opposition point of view, then you may not like his response. But this was a question asked by Honorable Tayengwa, who was actually acting as chairperson for the committee.
Thank you very much. Witness, we may load you because we want to conclude. I may load you with two more questions. Yes. The first one is there are the stakeholders who have actually submitted and are in full support of this bill. Many of the stakeholders who have submitted, they're actually in support with this bill. So what is your comment on that one? And the other one is I want to give you a scenario of, because I heard you saying that this bill is going to disadvantage the poor person. Let me give you a scenario of this old woman who acquired a property many years ago in 1970s in Kablonga or Rhodes Park. Then somebody comes in with a forged title and a transaction takes place. The woman is thrown out of that house. 85 years old woman thrown out of the house. And you're saying we should wait for the court process when you can deal with it administratively, then you allow the appeals to go on? Because as far as I'm concerned, I have not seen the courts being removed from this whole action. Would you be in a position to tell us whether you feel that the courts are actually being taken away from this action?
And Honorable Dickson Jerry, or Counsel Dickson Jerry, I don't know why Honorable Kaninge na paliba Dickson Jerry, maybe Wangankariba Honorable, had this to say.
I'll begin with your last answer. And that's why I started. The court has been put at the last end. What happens in between? Your property would have changed hands. Therefore, even if you win your case, you won't be able to get your property. There would have been what we call bona fide purchasers. So, the current situation is, so let's differentiate two things. A forged title is a forged title. So it doesn't fit into this, what we're discussing. A forged title is a police case dealt with. A fraudulently issued title by the registrar is what is our concern. It means it's a title which came out through the Minister of Finance, signed by the registrar. And I'm saying, why should the registrar be allowed even to reach that stage of issuing a title which is fraudulent? So it's an administrative issue we need to deal with. Why should the title be issued in the first place? That woman has a title. So who sat in the Ministry of Land to issue a fraudulent title? That is what we should be dealing with. So it's the same answer which the honorable member gave for the villagers. I'm saying the villagers should not even have to come to the registrar. They shouldn't even have to go to court. If the system is waterproof, nobody will get a title if the council minutes have been verified at the point of issuance. Because the issuing of title is where the problem is. I mean, I was hearing the president talking about they're issuing title on title. That's a problem. And that problem has nothing to do with this bill. It's a problem to do with the cancer at the ministry. That you know this land is on title, you issue another title. So that is an administrative matter. It is not a legal matter. It's not a legal matter. It's an administrative matter. Let's clean up the registry. That nobody can issue a title on a title. And if that title you said that it was issued earlier, area title or area registration takes precedence than the one which comes later. That's the law. I hope I'm... So on the issue of the registrar, I agree. But we've had Commission of Lands who have been lawyers, senior at the bar. I don't want to mention them. We know what eventually happened when they leave office. You cannot entrust such a powerful thing like alienating land, cancelling title to one individual. They must. Even the army commander, there's the defense council. Bank of Zambia governor, there's a board. ZRA, there's a board. So these are even dealing with sectorial issue. Land is what constitutes Zambia. So this person who's giving land to a foreigner, to whatever, he needs to have some safeguard. And that is why the constitution is saying the commission. And that commission is supposed to be in each and every district so that all those people can have access. A registrar is one person. Even me, who knows my way at the Ministry of Land, to have an appointment with the Commission of Land is hell. It's hell. Under the current system, to go and see a Commission of Land, it's hell. I'm a lawyer. What about an ordinary person just to get an appointment to see? So I'm thinking about the poor. I know how those offices operate. How many will be queuing up from Kaputa or whatever to see the registrar over the sea? So I'm the one thinking about the poor, sir. Because I interact with those corridors. I'll walk in while the poor woman is waiting. Another person with a tie will walk in while that poor woman is working. So let's not create an impression that this registrar will be super efficient. Everybody will be walking in and sorting out the issues. No. Today, the courts, we have over 50 judges spread across Rwanda in this case. They take long. What about an individual? I submit.
Awe, you submit counsel, you submit here, so it is evident that you are learning the counsel. Ndiye bulene the counsel, ndiye bulene the counsel. Muma mwacha, pani muma mwavidura counsel navyo napo, I think. But on a serious note though, I know there's some people who are saying, you know, the poor people are being disadvantaged. That's why we need. But here's what we don't understand. If the current system where the poor people have to go through the law disadvantages them when it comes to land issues, what you know when you entrust an individual, ladies and gentlemen? Let's not be emotional about this issue, but let's study it and look at the repercussions of this bad law. And I say it is a bad law because for me, when someone is given so much power, it creates a problem here. So it creates a problem, and there is evidence. We have seen how these politicians and these positions have been abused by the people that, you know, are in those positions. So to be honest with you, I would rather the case takes 15 years and the justice prevails. But even when it doesn't prevail, at least I would have done my part to fight for my land. And even if I lose it, the person that did the fraudulent ways knows that they did it fraudulently, but it's fine. Judgment day is coming. But to say we just entrust an individual with so much power, that is a problem. That is a problem that we are creating for ourselves. And that's why I'm saying this is a bad law. What we need to look at right now is how we can clean the system. The honest truth is our system has a problem. And we all play a blind eye to the problems that are in our land system. We play a blind eye. You will find the people complaining every day. Hey, the napesa bani mangira pa plot. Hey, the napesa ninaenda ku ministry, napesa bani title. Hey, palima title habit. And it is not just at the ministry. Even in our councils, we face these problems. You have a kalandi, but on the same land, there are 3 people with the same document. And you wonder, how did these people get these documents? The honest truth is there are people in these systems that are just there to chew people's money, and for them, the highest bidder gets it. And if the highest bidder got the papers and there comes another highest bidder, they will find a way of ensuring that they get that money and issue the papers. We haven't dealt with the people that engage in these fraudulent activities. We haven't dealt with the people that issue out land documents illegally. We haven't dealt with them. What do? When there is a problem here, we transfer people. What we don't realize is that we actually transfer problems. This problem was at this council, we take it to another council. This problem was at this council, we take it to another council. And these people know each other. It's a cartel. It's a system. So they know who to call and what to do when they want to do things done. Their interest is money. So instead of changing the law, let's change the people that do fraudulent activities. Let's take them where they belong. Not changing the law to just suit a particular occurrence. Let's deal with the actual problem. People that do in these fraudulent activities must face the consequences. How many laws are we going to change in Novantuareza? How many laws are we going to change to sort out the problems that are just caused by selfish individuals? Deal with the same individuals. Then you will not have those problems. How honestly do we have 3 offer letters of the same land and they are all signed? And then you let go of the people that signed on those documents. And you hope that, when the registrar comes in, then we are going to sort out these problems. We will not. The same reasons that Honorable Dixon Jere or Council Dixon Jere has given are what we are going to be seeing. You, the people that are privileged, you people with the money, you still be the ones accessing the registrar. But Zambia part of chief registrar kona kendumbo ndine ndani na ndine iswa na really be mapepe. I don't mean anything. But wakanda kuti, there is honorable minister. Quickly na kwaneba zambo ngena na honorable stizambo kuona. No, there is a director from Muchani bangena. Isampaw it is every day. Come tomorrow. Come tomorrow.
Let me know what you think about this video. Thanks for tuning in to JQ News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates on tech, politics, and everything in between. Until next time, stay cool.